it feels like an age ago now. I was about 11 years old, 10, 11 years old, and I remember we went on holiday, and I thought just for a joke I'd dye my hair black, and and it said it was one of those washout dyes that should come out of after 2, 3 washes, but it never would come out, and eventually my natural hair color, the red, sort of started coming through the black, and it looked sort of like a rusty shade on a on a black thing. And one of my friends just commented, and I remember bowling in the nets, and he just shouted out, "Oh, well bowled, Rusty!" And I was like, "What the?" That is. I was actually quite annoyed at the name, but everybody just started laughing, and it stuck from that day. So mostly to do with my hair. It's been awesome so far. I mean, this year already, I think just the standard of play is that much better. So obviously the viewing of cricket is that much better. I think you can see by some of the names that have been attracted this year already. Obviously KP Mahela's here with us. It's great to have Dan back. Just some top class names. It's a shame. But obviously Shahid Afridi is here. So there's some good names here, and I think also the times of the matches having changed a bit more to evening games now. It's also attracted a lot more crowds. So the stadiums, I mean, I wouldn't surprisingly, but have been noticeably more full this year. Yeah, I think for myself, last year being here, and obviously Chris and Dan were here as well. That was already, just a wonderful experience. Sort of, equaling that to not equaling, but something sort of reminding me of the IPL, where you have all those great players surrounding you, and it really is, as far as cricket goes, one of the best experiences you can have. Of course, the IPL, and touching on that this year as well, playing with Mahela and Chris and Andre Russell, who's now become a wonderful player. Dan Vettori, a legend in his own right. So, I mean, anytime you get to share a dressing room with quality individuals like that, it really just makes for a wonderful experience. And I think just good people as well. Mahela and myself, as we spent a lot of time together recently, and just it's good to see what wonderful individuals they are, as well as cricketers. A lot to learn from them. Always willing to share their experiences, and also just share a joke as well. Some good people. I think definitely so. Like I said, this year already I can see an increase in the standard of cricket. Whether that's from the last 2 years of CPL and maybe 1 or 2, experienced overseas players coming in and obviously sharing their knowledge. You can't be 100% sure, but definitely I can already notice an increase in standard this year. And players like Jermaine Blackwood, obviously, who's played for the West Indies now, played Test cricket last year. Was a good player last year, but already a much better player this year already. I'm looking forward to seeing him getting a run in the team sometime soon. But yeah, so like I say, much like the Indian Premier League, you can see an abundance of challenges coming through as a result of tournaments like these. Yeah, it is a phenomenal experience actually. I mean, just again sharing the locker room with someone like Shane Watson and Steve Smith, and Tim Starley was there as well, James Faulkner. So I mean, a good bunch of guys, and I think the Rajasthan Royals family in general was just a wonderful setup. I think a very, very relaxed setup, but professional at the same time. Made sure that we got done what we had to do every single time without enforcing anything sort of military. Like it's just a great environment to be a part of, and of course, anytime you're involved in the IPL, it's going to be experience. Whether you're just in the dugout there taking in the atmosphere, or actually getting to play, it's always wonderful being there. So always a lot to learn as well. I mean, we had Rahul Dravid over there, yes, and I mean, what a man to work with, as well as Paddy Upton, who they combined wonderfully together. So yeah, even though I said I only played 1 game and managed to spend some time over there, it's always enriching when you get to spend the time there with quality individuals like that. Well, I think you start out as any young man does, thinking you can be the complete all-round cricketer and wanting to do everything. In truth, I didn't even really enjoy 2020 cricket much when I started playing it. I was always a fan of 4-day cricket and 1-day cricket. I think 1-day cricket was probably my strongest format, to be honest. And I did pretty well at first class level. I think when I started getting selected for South Africa, I missed out on quite a bit of 4-day cricket stuff, and then got sort of struck by injury the year after that. And so I think I ended up playing about first-class games in the space of 2 seasons just on those 2 accounts. But I always enjoy the game. It's funny that the 2020 cricket is now my more productive sort of the 3. But I mean, it's just the nature of the game today. I think there are more opportunities in 2020 cricket, and it's also you can see it as a stepping stone. One might be a good one-day player, but there are more opportunities in 2020 which can lead you to perhaps an opportunity in one-day cricket and to test, etc. From there. I mean, a lot of players, Bernard Philander, for example, started out as a test player and obviously did very well, and is now part of the one-day setup. So, and vice versa, many players have gone from one-day cricket to test cricket simply by doing well, in various formats. Yeah, I think it's opportunities like these in the CPL and the IPL, just to put you on any sort of stage that really helps that sort of presses. I think for myself or even younger players or anyone looking to make an impression, it's wonderful to have tournaments like these where you can really put your name forward with good performances, without having to play international cricket as such. I mean, people really take notice of tournaments like the CPL and the IPL, and the only thing you can do is put in your work, and hopefully the results follow that. I mean, if you put in results and good performances on the stage, I mean that's always going to be noticeable, and what'll take you to the next level, as well as obviously constantly performing back home as well. So I think for me personally, it was just I was just very happy to get another opportunity to come and play here, and again get on the international stage as such, and make an impression. So 4 games down now, and we're now into our home stretch here in Jamaica. Looking forward to putting in some big performances there, and hopefully, or personally, to at least end top of the wicket takers for the Talawas, if not up there with the tournament.